Assalamu alaikum. I am Naeem Khadak, and before starting this video, I would like to explain the reason why actually I am talking in English. So, being a PhD student in the United States, I have a lot of international friends. Uh, so they suggested me that why you don't talk in English because we can comprehend you. So you should talk in English. That's the only reason I am talking in English. And now today video really focuses on the two different things. Number one, the right selection of a university for a PhD scholarship, because to get a PhD scholarship, the very first step is that you should choose a right university, because in the United States there are so many universities, and they some of them are, you can say, above the bar. They are so competitive, and like we have Stanford, MIT, and then we have Harvard, and then we have Yale University, then New York University, and then we have Northeastern, Northwestern. So there are so many. Rice University is also so competitive, and there are so many others. So you should know how to choose a university. So it really depends on the profile of a candidate who is interested in a PhD scholarship. So now, how you would know that this university is the right university for me? Like, if your profile is not so strong, means if you don't have publications, if you don't have a high GRE score, and if you don't have a very good GPA in both in master and bachelor, then you should only think about the low ranking universities. And if your profile is so strong, then you should think about the university that I am gonna mention. Profile is so strong means if you have above than 3.8 GPA both in bachelor and master, and you have a GRE score, then you should consider the universities that I'm gonna mention in this video. So if your profile is strong, then definitely you should think about North Carolina State University, Purdue University, Clemson University, and then there are many more, Texas A&M. So, and if your profile is not so strong means if you have low GPA, means if you don't have a GPA above than 3.7 and you don't have a good score in GRE, so then you should think about those universities. Like, you should think about University of Houston, and then you can think about Texas Tech University, and then you can think about University of Louisville, and then you can think about Colorado State University, and then you can also think about the Arizona State University. Although it's a good institute, but you can apply because there is a slight chance that you will get a position. So these universities, like I mentioned, these universities is I know about those universities, and you can find plenty of universities that will determine you, okay, this university is gonna fit for you or not, because it really up to you. Because it's your profile. Then you should know, like, my profile is so strong or not. If it's strong, then definitely you should choose a good university, good ranking university. And how you will find a good ranking of a university? So in US, usually the universities consider their Americans own ranking. So it is called, if you can just Google it, like US ranking, US universities ranking. So it is called US News Ranking Universities. So you can find the rank of a university right there, and then it will determine you, okay, now which university is good for you and which is not. Because money is really important for Pakistani student and for other students, and time is really important. So if you don't know about the university, that which university is good, really good for me, then definitely you will lose the money, you will waste the time. So this is the first thing that you should think about it. And now, and I would like to mention that I am talking about a F1 visa. If you are interested in F1 visa, because in F1 visa you can do all these things, and if like you are interested in a Fulbright scholarship, then definitely I'm 100% sure that you will, if you like get selected for a Fulbright scholarship, then definitely you will, your university would be so like ranking wise it would be so good. So this is the, you can say, a good point of the Fulbright scholarship, that after getting a PhD Fulbright scholarship, like your university would be enough good, right, with like in ranking wise. So, but there is a but there are two things with the J1 visa with the Fulbright scholarship. Number one is, as I mentioned in my last video, that first of all, after completing your PhD, you would go back to your home country. And the second thing is that you can't change a university while standing in the United States. If at any stage you decide, okay, now I should change this university, I should change this professor, you can do this. So that's why, again, I would like to advise you that you should think about the F1 visa. The process is really simple, and you can get a PhD position if you do a hard work and if you are really interested. Because you should, like, your GPA should be very good, and if it is not, then your GRE score should be more than above than 310. And also, if you have a publication, then definitely you will get a position. So now the last thing is that you should know about the deadlines of a university that you are interested. But mostly in the United States, like across the United States, the deadline is December 15. It's mid-December. So you should like apply, or you should make an application before 15 December. Like you can apply after 15 December, but it will not work, because if you will apply so late, then definitely it would be difficult for you to get a funded PhD position, because it is really about first comes and first serves. So if you apply on time, then there would be a chance that you will get a PhD position fully funded. And it is like, the condition is that you should have a good profile, you should have a strong profile. And for a PhD position, number one, IELTS is must. Across the world, IELTS is mandatory. And the second is that you should have a GRE score. If you don't have a high GPA, both in master and bachelor. So, and also you would need 3 recommendation letters, and that your professor will write up for you, and eventually your professor will submit it. You can submit it. And the most important thing in the required document is the recommendation letter. Your recommendation letter should be so strong. And why I am telling you, because the recommendation letter can't be just like, okay, I know this student, he was very good, he passed all the courses with good grades. No, this is not the recommendation letter. Recommendation letter is why I am supporting this candidate. Your professor should write a story that why, what's the reason, why he's superior, and why I would like to recommend him or her. So recommendation letter is the super important thing in your required documents, and that will eventually determine that, okay, now you will get a funding position or not. Because recommendation letter is, you should think about recommendation letter, and I would like to suggest that you should write your own recommendation letter, and then you need to ask your professor that please submit that one. And you should know, you can Google it, how good recommendation letter, how can I write a good recommendation letter. So this is the really important thing. And also the other thing is personal statement or statement of purpose. Again, this is the second most important document that will determine your application for a PhD scholarship. So you really need to think about these two things: recommendation letter, and then is your personal statement or statement of purpose. So again, I am not going to complex the things. The first thing is your profile should be very good, and then after your profile, then the second thing is that when you are going to submit your application, then you need to think about the recommendation letters and the personal statement. Personal statement and recommendation letter are the most important things that will eventually determine your funding position. And that's it. I think I cover up all the things which I think is really important for getting a PhD scholarship, and I explain all the points very well. So if you are really interested, you should watch this video so that you can get the right information. And I am telling you, nobody can explain a PhD scholarship in the United States on F1 visa as I did, because I go through the process. So I, like, when I was in process, so I, like you can say, I made up my mind that after getting a PhD scholarship, I would explain a step by step process. So I think I explained it, and you should watch these videos, and then eventually you would be ready to get a PhD scholarship. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.